Hey Brandy, how you doing? All right, so I read your writing here. Great job, really great description here. Defining your not only your methodology but also your concept development. So good job, and also good job including the second iteration. I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm at this point, I'm inclined to go with this. I think it's a good ad. I really do. It's darn good work. There's no question. There's just a couple of things I would recommend here. I don't think you need this transparent box. I really don't. I think we can configure this type to work on the background here. Right now, I think the type the subhead and the body cap is still just a little bit too big. I would reduce the size of that just a little bit. I just think it's taking up too much of a chunk of this area right here, kind of forcing the eye right there. So what I would do here is I would decrease the type size of that. Also, try to decrease the width of these text boxes. Watch my cursor, something like this. I'm okay with the center alignment over here. I would prefer this to be left aligned, but then what I would do is I would find an intersection with one of the letters here. Like let's take that L, drop a guide right down here, and then span the type from that L. So as long as it's aligned with something like this to the right margin. Okay, and then reduce that type size, remove that transparent box, and I think this is going to be beautiful. At that point, my only other recommendation is to these are kind of a little bit cumbersome here, right in the middle of the ad themselves. Right now, I would rather see these around the bottom of the ad somewhere. An option here, and really a playful option, would be to right align the contact information down here. This can also be reduced. The size of this is really large. You can reduce the size of that. Right align that, open up some space in here, or you can even left align it, or you can leave it center, whatever works out the best. Try some experimentation. But what I would like to do is take these glasses and maybe just kind of drop them right down here in a really kind of playful way between the logo and the address itself. It will take them out of this prominent position, and I think it will help the page mechanics and really help the harmony of all of the elements working together and not kind of placed as an afterthought. And this is a tough part of the assignment, this masked image, um, especially because these are the color they are kind of, they really attract a lot of attention. So I would reduce the size and just kind of place them down here, maybe even above the logo or somewhere down here, just to kind of make this little playful nod to Mother's Day and mimosas, and pull it out of the main composition, get it down to the bottom, let that beautiful image. By the way, the way you cropped that background image, I think is remarkable. I think it was a really good job adding wonderful interest to the composition. So those are my only recommendations. As far as this goes, I think this is too fragmented. It's an interesting idea, but I just think that it's really fragmented. So in other words, instead of having this nice synergy where the viewer looks at the ad and is able to take the whole ad in, right now I think this is compartmentalized. I think that the viewer tends to look at this area. Well, first we'll look at this area because it's the image. Then we come up here and we kind of look at this area a little bit, study those for a second. And then we come down here and look at this. And I think that it's just not as harmonious as this ad, where the type is actually worked right into the image, creating a wonderful relationship between type and image. All right, so those are my recommendations. Really fantastic start. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you need any further clarification, please feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to provide in that regard. All right, thank you so much.